Hi, today we are going to create a Udemy-like paid online courses platform. The idea is that we will list all of the courses and that would be available only to all the logged in users. However, they will be able to watch a specific course only if they pay for that specific course. So we are going to create a checkout process today for your end users so they can pay using Stripe and then have access to the course. For this course, we have created a setup on specific pages already. We will go through that in a minute. And then I'm going to show you how to create a checkout page. So we have a home page, defined what the platform is about. And then courses page, which lists all of the courses. Sign-in page, sign up, and a specific course page. So let's look at the home page. This just showcases what the platform is about. And the See All Courses button redirects to sign-in page because we want all of the people to have access to the courses once they sign in and create an account. It shows the top categories and the Become Member section, and this section is only available to the non-logged in users. As you can also notice, there are two headers. One is available for the users who are non-logged in. And then the second one only to the ones who have logged in. And then they can see the all courses link here. Here is the sign-in page, a sign-up page, and the courses page. The courses page reads all of the data from Airtable. So we have prepared an Airtable base with all the courses listed. Let's go over that quickly. So here is the title, image, instructor, description of a course, category, course URL, which is right now this is just a simple YouTube URL, course length, price, and the course details page URL, which we'll talk about in a minute. As you can also notice, this page is hidden for all the non-logged in users. In the visibility section, we can define that it's available to the logged in users only. Also, in order to create a checkout page, you have to have the set up a Stripe integration. Go to Settings, Integrations, and then here in the Stripe, you have to enter your key, API keys, and save. And also one thing we have already set up is in Stripe, we have created specific products, one-time payment products for each of our course. For example, here you can see the Advanced JavaScript course and Advanced Python course. Okay, now in order to link each list item to a specific course page, we have to create course pages for each of the course. So here, the list item, when on click, we define that the URL comes from Airtable, which is the course details page URL. Now let's publish this and get the course details page URL. So this is the base URL. Now let's enter this here. And now, in order to get the JavaScript course page URL, which is a separate page for a specific course, we have to go to the general settings. Let's copy this, enter this here. And that's it. We have now the specific course page linked to the Airtable record. So now let's look at the course page. This is the JavaScript course page, which outlines the course itself. It has the title, some description, some more details, an image, and a Buy Now button. We want for the logged in users, however, if they haven't paid for the course, to see the Buy button. And now we have another section which shows the exact same data without the Buy button and with the video, so they can already watch the course. This section is common for all of the users, And then here there's another buy button. So now what we need to do is define that when this user clicks on Buy Now button, they are redirected to the checkout page. Let's create a checkout page. We have to create checkout pages for each specific course. So here is my page. Now I'm going to add a block from the payment group, the simple checkout form. Let's style it according to our platform. So here on the right hand side in the sidebar, as you can notice, there is a product section. So this area lists all of the products that are coming from Stripe, all of the subscription payment products and the one-time payment products. So in this case, these two are the one-time payment products, which I have defined in Stripe. It's the same as here. I'm gonna map this checkout page, which I want to have for JavaScript course buying, to the JavaScript course product from Stripe. I'm gonna name it Note that you can also have a different name other than Stripe, because in Stripe you usually would have technical names. So the price is $19.99. Monthly. You can also have discounts defined in Stripe and then apply it on your checkout page. However, for this use case, let's just disable it. And the button says buy now, and that automatically already makes the Stripe payment, so you don't have to do anything here. One thing we want to define is what happens after the user clicks on buy and enters the card details and buys the course. We want them to be redirected to the JavaScript course again in order to see the other blog, which showed the course video. Okay, so we have our page now. Let's go back to the JavaScript course page. And now we have to connect the buy button to the checkout page. So here in the buy button section, we open a page and then connect it to the checkout JavaScript page. Also, one of the most important things here is now we have to define visibility rules, conditional visibility rules for each of these sections, because we want for this section to be visible only to the users who haven't paid for the course. So when you go to the conditional visibility area, except the membership, which we have to define that this page is visible to the logged in users, but also to the ones who haven't paid. So as you can see, there is a new section called payment and other conditions. That helps define when the block should be shown. The block is possible to show to the users that match any or all of the following conditions, and then you can add a condition one by one. So right now we want to define that this block is visible to all the users who don't have one-time payment, is none of Advanced JavaScript course. This basically means that the logged in user who comes to this page hasn't paid the Advanced JavaScript course. And for the second section, which already shows the video, we want to say it's for logged in users, and also it's for all those users whose one-time product is one of Advanced JavaScript course, meaning the users have already paid the JavaScript course. Same condition applies to the Buy Now button here. This will be visible if the user hasn't paid for this course. Okay. So now let's publish our application and see if that works. Okay, now let's go to paid courses page. So this is the home page, the very first page. And now I can see all courses. I just click on see all courses. However, it's gated. It asks me to sign in because I don't have an account. I'm going to sign up, create a new account. Sign up. And as we have defined, the sign up button redirects us to the courses page. So now as a logged in user, I can see all the courses. And here you see the header also shows the second one, which shows me all the courses and the sign out link here. So right now I'm able to filter through different courses, and each course will have its own specific details page. So in this case, I want to check out the advanced JavaScript course. And this opens the page because we have already defined the URL in Airtable. That is the page we created manually on Softr side. Okay, so as you can see, now I see the details page, the JavaScript course page with a buy now button with the details and another buy now button. So now let's pay for the course and then make sure we see the video instead of just an image. When I click buy now, I'm redirected to the checkout page. Now let's enter test card details. And click buy now. This, as we defined, should redirect me to the details page, to the course page again. And as you can see right now, I see the second block, which shows me the video, doesn't show the button. And below as well, I don't have the buy now button because I have already bought the course. Now, if I click on the video, it shows me the JavaScript video. So I can already see it as a paid user. And now if I go back to all courses, now let's check that with another user who hasn't paid for this course, I'm not able to see the video. Let's log out and now sign up with a second user. Sign up. Now I see all of the detail, all of the list of all the courses. Click on a course. As you can see, I see the one that has the buy now button and I can't open the video. So now the second page we want to have is another course. So let's create a second course, which is for Python. I'm just going to copy the JavaScript page and change this so it shows all of the data for Python. I'm just going to copy the data from Airtable. And it again has the buy now button. The rules are the same. However, in this case, as you can imagine, we would need to have a second checkout page for Python course. Okay, so let's leave this the same and the buy now button. So right now, because we just copied, it redirects to the checkout of JavaScript checkout page, but that's not going to work. That's not going to work because in this case, we want to have the checkout for the Python course. So let's also update these images and the URL. Now I'm going to use the second URL for Python. Put it here. Again, we have two sections. One shows the Buy Now button and the second one shows the video. So now I have to create a second checkout. I'm going to just copy the same checkout page. And then here for the Python page, again, I'm going to change the name. Python course. And as you remember, we would have to enter this URL, the URL of a Python course page in Airtable. Let's make the copy of this. And now instead of JavaScript, I'll have to enter the URL of the second page. Okay, this should work. So we have the first page now. Let's change the checkout page from JavaScript copy to Python. And also one thing we haven't done yet is we want the checkout pages also to be visible only to the logged in users and the ones who pay as well. But in this case, let's just choose logged in users. We don't want the non-logged in users to have access to this. And for the checkout page of Python course, now I'm going to choose, instead of JavaScript course, I'm going to choose the Python course, which is the second product I had in my Stripe. And now, same way like we had before, after the user buys the course, we want to redirect them to the Python course instead. Okay, our checkout page is ready. Now let's go back to the Python course again and change the button, the Buy Now button, so it refers to the checkout of Python page. And same here. Okay, now let's check if that works. Let's publish. Let's log out. So now let's log in with our first user. I have to sign in instead of sign up because I already have a user. Sign in. And after signing, I see all of the list of all the courses. Now the JavaScript page, I should see the video because I have both for it. Now let's go back to the all courses, and inside the Python page, I should not see the video. So let's check what's wrong with this. So in order to see all of the users, we go back to data. We need to go back to data, and this is the live environment where my application was published and the users were logging in with published application. I have first user and the second user. Let's check if in Stripe I have these users created already. Yeah, so the first user is created. Now let's go back to the homepage. With the first user, I have both a specific course . Okay, let's try with the second one. This shouldn't show the image, but let's try with the second user who doesn't have an account, who hasn't bought any course yet. I have an account already. If I go to JavaScript course, I haven't bought it, so I see the buy now button. And again, if I go to Python page, I will see the buy now button again. So now let's click on buy now. Oh, here we haven't changed the description. So let's get back. Let's go back to the checkout Python page and change the text here to Python course because that's what we are selling. Now let's publish again. Let's refresh this page. Now we have the advanced Python course. Now let's buy it. Now I should be redirected to the Python course page. However, so the reason we are seeing this page again is because we haven't defined the correct visibility rules. So on the Python course page, here we have to be very careful because for each course page, we want to define the visibility conditional rules based on that concrete payment condition. So in this case, because we just copied the page, the condition still says that if the user has paid for the JavaScript course, only in this case show the Python course, which doesn't make sense. So let's change it and say instead of this, we want to create the advanced Python course. So this page would not be available to the ones who haven't paid for Python course. And if you have paid for a Python course instead, you will see the second section. And instead of JavaScript, we have to choose the Python course. Okay, so now let's publish. Let's look at the page again. So if I'm logged in as the second user, I go to the Python course, which I just bought. I see the video. And for buy now button, it shows up because we didn't adjust it here, like the other block. All this just happens because we copy pasted everything, which is not the best approach. But yeah, if you copy paste, you have to make sure that you also change the conditional visibility rules. So now let's publish again. Let's refresh this. I shouldn't see the button. And if I go back to the JavaScript course, I don't see the video because as a second user, I haven't bought the JavaScript course. Okay, so that's it. In summary, what we did, we have created a paid online courses application where the homepage shows some information about the platform and it shows all of the courses to all the logged in users and shows each of the details page, basically the course page, a blog with a button to the users who haven't bought the course, and then another section with the video for those who have bought the course and now they have access to the course. So for all of this, we used one-time payment conditional visibility. And similarly, the users are able to define recurring payments on Stripe as a product. You could also, instead of one-time payment, you could define a subscription payment. And then on Softr side, on the visibility conditions, instead of one-time payment, you can select subscription and then define for what condition the block would be visible. If someone has bought the subscription, in that case, the blog or the page would be visible to the user. Okay, that's it for the checkout and the payment conditions. Hope you enjoy it. Give it a try and let us know how it goes.